Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be here with you. I am so sorry about the live stream. I have no idea what YouTube is doing and why it will not let me rotate my camera in the orientation that I've always orientated it. I have tried 3 or 4 times and I couldn't get it to work, so I'm gonna record this video. This was supposed to be my live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday the 28th of September. So I apologize if you were one of the ones waiting and dealing with all of the chaos, but I'm recording the video for you so that you will have access to it, and hopefully I can get it ironed out before Tuesday, because now I'm kind of having a little bit of a meltdown thinking I'm not going to be able to go live anymore. So yeah, let me just go ahead and get started. I have a few announcements for you. We are talking about my Halloween projects, paper piecing patterns. They are available. If you are subscribed to my newsletter, you will have access to those via newsletter. There's links in the newsletter for both the 2023 Halloween projects and the 2022. It takes you to my website. So if you are not a newsletter subscriber and you want access to the paper piecing patterns, you would go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and on the menu, you would choose Project PDFs, and the ones for Halloween 2023, 2022, and my Easter 2023 are available. I just wanted to talk to you slightly about my Inky Hands crew memberships. They are live. You also sign up on my website. If you go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com, you go to memberships. All the information is there for you to decide if you want to join. I'd love to have you be part of the group. We have people already subscribed, and I think it'll be fun. It'll grow over time, and we'll build quite a cute community of crafters and people with like-minded types of crafting ideas and such. We'll share with each other, and I will be inboxing you 2 videos a week and sketches and things like that for challenges. So anyway, don't forget about Inky Hands crew memberships. Virtual World Card Making Day is on October 7th, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday. If you haven't signed up, you will want to do that. I'll put the link on my website. I don't think it's there yet, but I will add a blog post for it and put the link on my website, okay, so that you guys can sign up. Or you can go to stampinup.com and look for World Card Making Day or Virtual Card Making Event and sign up there. There is a new bundle called Heartfelt Hexagon that's available just for this event. The other 2 bundles they'll be using for the projects are ones that are in our annual catalog. So if you need those, get your order in so that you can have them by the 7th. Starting October, I think 2nd or 3rd, I can't remember the exact date. Let's see if it says on here. 3rd, through the end of October, we're gonna have a celebration. Stampin' Up is 35 years old, and to celebrate the 35th year, you can choose when you join my team to either take 35% off the cost of your starter kit, or get 35% more product with your starter kit. So it's your choice. When you sign up, you get that choice. And if you pick option 1, which is 35% off the cost of your starter kit, you only have to pay $64.35. $64.35 for your starter kit. Pretty good deal. If you choose option, but you'll get $125 worth of product for $64.35. Or option 2, you can get 35% more product with your starter kit. So you'll spend $99 and you'll get $168.75 worth of product. So you'll get basically $70 more than you spend in product. So that's up to you if you want to go with get more product in your starter kit. Both options are fantastic. They both come with free shipping and free business supplies. Of course, not to mention all the fun that comes with being part of Stampin' Up. And if you sign up for this offer, you will receive free registration to Online on Stage in November. That's a $77 value. I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that for the brand new demos that sign up. I actually will be presenting at On Stage in November, so you'll get to see me present for Stampin' Up. And I guess that's it for that. So the 3rd of October. So if you're thinking about it, I want you to, sign up October 3rd. Online exclusives are available still. Home for the holidays is our paper pumpkin for this month. You have until the 10th of October to sign up to receive it. It comes with a Real Red Stampin' Spot, glitter glue, of course, always a stamp set. This one has 8 card bases, 4 each, 2 designs, and 8 coordinating envelopes. And the little glitter glue, I think, is going to be so fun to add glitter to our projects. Kits collection, the newest kit is the Christmas Everywhere kit. It has little palm trees and cactuses for those of you who live in more tropical areas or heat areas. I think it's a really cute kit. And there's also a Christmas tag kit called Festive Tags. Those are available in my online store. I think that's all the information that I have for announcements. If you have missed out on the DSP that was added, it's called Special Delivery or Special Release DSP. It comes in a variety of prints, and I have them linked on every single post that I do in my website. So if you go and look at my posts, you'll be able to access pictures of what that paper looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has foiling with it, and I think you'll be very happy with it. All right, so let's talk about the bundle we're using. So we are using Cottage Wreaths. It's on page 39 of the annual catalog, and the dies are located on page 163, and they are the Country Wreath dies. It's a fantastic set of dies and stamp set. I've been using it all week, and I hope that you've enjoyed seeing the projects. If you join the membership, you'll get 2 videos that I have not shared on my YouTube to use with this Cottage Wreath bundle. Today we're also going to pair it with Around the Bend dies. This is the card that we're making, and you can see here the beautiful die that I used here from Around the Bend. I'm going to show you how to use that today. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and pull out that die, because the first thing we're going to do is cut. This is the die that I'm using. There's other curvy dies in here as well. This is a gorgeous set of dies. There's a stamp set that goes with it that is equally gorgeous. Let me grab that so that you can see it. And it has stamps that go with the curves of the dies. And so there's some sentiments, some extra pieces that go along with the pieces that are in the die set. If you don't have this, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. But today we're focusing on Cottage Wreaths, and we're going to be using this bundle. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and leave out this for right now because I'm going to use that right away. We're going to start with a piece of thick, basic white cardstock, and I've scored it. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Move my card out of the way temporarily. The first thing that we're going to do is cut out this leafy piece in our card. So what you want to do is burnish along that score line, okay? And then what we're going to do here is we're going to take this. These are just Post-it flags, and we're going to open our page here, and we're going to lay our die across our piece. You want these pieces to overhang off the side, but not where you don't get your leaf, okay? So you want to make sure that you have it in the right spot, and then you want to go ahead and secure it in place so it doesn't wiggle, which is why I have those. We're going to use the big guy today because it's a large die that we are going to be using, and we need to make sure we have room for that. So we're going to go ahead and put our platform number 1, our shim number 2 for the die cutting, number 3 plate, the bottom one, the one that gets all the cutting done to it, and we're going to place our paper right in here. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. It just barely overhanged on both sides, but my leaves are located on to the actual piece of cardstock. And then when I slide this in, I'm going to slide it all the way in, and I'm just going to have it go right here to the seam to make sure that it does extra cutting, and I don't need to cut anything on the back end. So we're going to go ahead and give it a crank through here. I'm going to hold on top, so excuse my hand in the way. All right, so we'll pull off this, we'll slide this back over, and we'll go ahead and lift these guys off. I use them over and over until they don't have sticky left on them. So I'm going to go ahead and place them with my other little flags and put those away. All right, so let's move this down over here. I'm going to close my die cut machine, and then I'll show you how it cut out our piece. All right, so let's remove our die, and you can see that it has cut our leafy area, and then there's a piece here also that has to pop out, and that piece right there. All right, so there's our little leaf area. Woo! It's all white. Sorry guys, I'm having quite a day today. I tell you what, some kind of day I'm having. Everybody has them though, don't we? Oh, Lord. It's just one of those days today. All right, I don't think I had secured that properly. I think I'm gonna need a lot more coffee today. All right, so let's go ahead and put our die back. And we'll start working on our card. So I used the thick basic white because we're cutting that leafy area and I wanted it to be nice and thick. Our basic white cardstock is not super thick, right? It's just thick enough for all the good stuff, but you want this piece that's hanging out because it's delicate to have some thickness to it. So I went ahead and used the thick. So now what I have also done is taken a piece of scrap paper, and I have also cut another one of these out, and then I trimmed the leaves off of it, okay? So here it is. I trimmed the leaves off of it. And the reason is I wanted to be able to cover up the rest of the area when I did some inking with my darker color. But we're gonna start first with yellow inking, okay? So what I'm gonna grab is a scrap paper. We're gonna put it down on our surface. And then we are going to put this one inside, like that. And we're gonna start inking up this white card. We're gonna use Daffodil, and I'm gonna use a small blending brush. This is Daffodil Delight. And this one we're gonna go ahead and do across the whole card so we don't have to cover the top because as you can see, it's all yellow, okay? So we're gonna ink up, and I'm gonna work on my edges first. I like to do that. And the reason I have a piece of paper inside is I don't want the leaf image when I color it to get on the inside of my card. I just want this yellow on the outside. So I'm just gonna slowly in a soft rotation, work my way along our card here. And I'm going to try and get a nice yellow glow. Onto my white cardstock. I didn't want it to be white. I wanted it to have a color, but I wanted to be able to color my leaves. And so that's why I decided to go with white. And so little by little, we're going to build up color. Okay, and now we're going to do our leaves. So I'm going to grab some more color here. And I'm going to slowly go over the tops of all of the leaves and give them a nice yellow base. But I'm going very lightly, so it's just a pale yellow base. Now, I want some pieces to have some darker yellow tones. So I'm going to press harder in those areas with my blending brush. And I'm going to pick up some more color on those spots that I want to have a little bit of darker yellow, okay? I'm going to bring it up to the camera so that you guys can see. I'm actually going to bring you guys down a little bit while I'm doing this inking. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of the yellow. Now it's time to add our Calypso coral. I'm going to put our daffodil to the side temporarily because we're going to reuse it, but we're going to stamp with it this time. So let me grab my Calypso coral ink and my blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead. And this is where you need the other mask. So I don't want any of the coral to get on the yellow that I did. So I'm gonna lay this along this piece here, match up my curve, and press that down and hold on to that. So then we're gonna go ahead and add some coral to some of the leaves so that you have a nice variety of color. I'll pick up a little more. So some are yellow, some are coral. The ones that I left nice and bright, I'm gonna leave those, and I'm gonna add a little bit more coral to some of them. All right. And then when I remove my mask, I don't have any coral on this piece. So that's what it looks like. Let me pull my piece so you can see the white behind it. And there is our beautiful leaf texture with the white behind it, okay? All right, let's get our blending brushes out of the way. We are done ink blending. Now comes some more fun. Get ready for some more excitement. And we're gonna be needing this again, so I'm gonna leave that out. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of stamping. So I'm gonna put this piece inside and make sure that nothing gets on the inside of my card, okay? So I'm definitely gonna use that. We're gonna do some stamping with this cute little leaf right there. I'm gonna straighten you up a little. I think you're a little crooked. All right, so we're gonna need our Daffodil Delight again. And we're gonna need this 3-leaf stamp right there. So I'm gonna ink that up in Daffodil. And I'm just gonna very carefully, slowly start to add some leaves onto my card, okay? I need to, I think, re-ink my daffodil. It's getting a little bit light, probably from all that blending I've done. All right, so we want to do a little down here. One right there. Something here. Some on the end. Let's see. Maybe one more right there. All right, I'm happy with that. And now we're gonna do a little splatter. This is the fun part. Have you guys ever splattered with your Stampin' Up markers? Well, you're gonna learn how today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my marker. This is the Calypso Coral Stampin' Up marker. And I'm gonna use the brush tip, okay? So I'm gonna remove it. And I'm gonna use the cap and the tip to do my splattering. So I wanna get, I don't know if you guys can see it on this card, but there's splatter all over that card base in Calypso, okay? That's what we wanna get here. So all you're gonna do is stick your brush tip in the end of the barrel, and you're gonna fling some color. You see there's some splatter. So you're just gonna do it over and over wherever you need some color. And then I move it around because I don't have a big piece of scrap paper here and I don't want it everywhere, right? I want it some places. And I don't mind getting a little bit of it on my leaves. I think it's fine if they have a little splatter also. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some down here over the top of those as well. Just as long as they're not inside the card, which again is why I've used this piece. So there is our splatter onto our piece. So now I like to clean this piece, this part here. So I always have a baby wipe next to me. So I'm just gonna grab one out of my drawer that I keep, and I'm just gonna clean that. And then I'm also going to take this and just put this tip in here and use my take your pick tool to kind of move it around. And once it goes in there, then you can just twist it and that'll clean the inside of the barrel, and then you're all good to go. All right. It sometimes can damage the nib of your colors, but for the most part, it does a good job, I think. All right. On to the next part of our project. All right, I'm gonna show you how I stamped the wreath because I already have it stamped. So I'm gonna use this piece here, this scrap paper that I have. I'm gonna show you the wreath right there. And we're also going to be doing, I'll grab my little baggie of stuff. All right, so we have 2 acorns. I've stamped those. That's from the stamp set right there. Okay. I need a scrap piece of pecan and 3 little flowers that are from the Around the Bend set. All right, so let me show you how I stamp the wreath. So I started with this leafy larger image and I inked that up. Okay. And I stamped it down onto my basic white. Okay. And you get some nice variation. Then you're gonna have to clean it. I definitely need to re-ink my daffodil. I have to remember to do that. And then we're going to overlay with Calypso. Okay, so we're going to ink up our Calypso after you've cleaned your stamp. And we're going to layer this over the top. So you're just going to come around here and over stamp. All right, and see how it gives you that nice tone, two-toned wreath. We're gonna take it up one more notch. Gonna clean this and we'll add another layer to our wreath. This will be the grapevine. So there's another grapevine right here. We're gonna use pecan pie. And you're gonna go ahead and ink that up in pecan pie and stamp right over the top. And that's how you get that beautiful wreath. All right, and then you would die cut that out with the larger of the two dies that are open, okay? This one's just for the grapevine if you want to do the grapevine by itself. And this one is for the other, the larger wreath with the leafy sections. All right. So now you know I've die cut that out. Let's go ahead and stamp our last thing we need to stamp, which is our grateful sentiment here, okay? So we're gonna use pecan. I'm gonna grab the word grateful. I have all these blocks with all these words on them. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stamp that in the center of this piece. This is just a 1/2 inch scrap. Let me see how long it is. I didn't measure that, so I'm not 100% sure. But let's clean our pecan. All right. Let me get my ruler. Looks like it's about 2.5 inches long, okay? So what you want to do next is you want to fork the ends of your piece. So we're gonna go ahead and come in from the middle. And you want it to be kind of long, okay? So you want to come in there, and then you want to come in from the side, and come in from this side. Make sure that's snipped. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna connect those. And then we're gonna set this to the side and I'll show you what to do when we get to that part. But that's the trimming we need to do there. All right, so let's go ahead and attach our wreath. We're gonna use our dimensionals. So let me grab those. And we're going to go ahead and put about 5 of them. All right, so there is our wreath. All right, so we've got to figure out which way we want our wreath to lay, how we want it to look. I think that's good right there. Happy with that distance from the top and all of that good stuff. So we're going to put that right about there, okay? Now, we have a bow to put on our card, you can see right here. And so that was made with the Calypso Coral braided linen trim. So it comes on this spool here. And I'm just going to tie it right from the spool. So I'm just going to make 2 bunny ears. I'm going to cross them. The one that's in the front is going to get pulled through that loop right there. Okay. And then I'm going to let go and pull. And then I'm going to take my tails and I'm going to pull on those. And what I love about this trim is that it makes really pretty loops. So I'm going to pull those tight, make this one tiny bit shorter. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and we'll trim that end. Okay, put this guy away. I use these mini binder clips to clip all my ribbon. If you haven't seen that Calypso, it's in the mini catalog, this Calypso braided trim. It's really pretty, I think. And let's go ahead and we're going to secure that with a mini glue dot. So let me grab those and I'm going to take your pick tool and find the next one. All right, so let's go ahead and put that right there on the back. Let's get this distraction out of the way. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and lay our ribbon right here at the top. Isn't that so pretty? And I'm gonna trim the ends, they're a little too long. So next we're gonna take our little stamped acorns, and I'm gonna flip those over. We're gonna put mini glue dots on, I'm not mini glue dots, mini dimensionals on the back. They do fit. So we'll put one on each. And then I'm gonna pull the backs off. Throw those into the garbage. All right, and those are gonna put them underneath my little bow area. Okay, so like one direction. Aren't they so cute? Kind of tuck them like they're under that bow. And then one over here on this side. All right, let's trim our ribbon. Let me grab my ribbon scissors back out. It's way too long. So let's cut it about right there. That looks good to me. What do you guys think? That's a good length. All right, we're gonna add some flowers. Now these flowers are from the Around the Bend dies. I'll show them to you one more time. So it's this little cluster here of 3. So I went ahead and cut one set of 3 out of the daffodil. And I'm gonna go ahead and poke all these little pieces out so that the centers are empty, but you can leave them in if you like them. I have one more to poke out. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip these over. I'm gonna grab my silicone mat, and we are going to put some glue behind those. So let me grab my mat and put a little wet glue on there. So I'm just gonna run that around, just gently, around our outer, like a little circle around the petal area, okay, on each of them. And we are going to place them. Now this piece is gonna be right here, so I'm gonna put that there so that I know where it's gonna be, so that I can make sure that my flowers are around it. I'm gonna put the large one here at the bottom, like so, okay? And then we'll take the medium one and tuck it here above where that is, near that ribbon. And then the baby one is gonna go on this side right there. Okay, so there's that. Now let me talk to you about this piece here, okay? So for this piece, what we are gonna do is we're gonna use our bone folder, and we're gonna hold it in the middle. And on this side, we're gonna put the bone folder in the back, and we're gonna curl it. Okay, see how it's curled now? On the other one, we're gonna put our bone folder in the front and curl it. So now you have a wave. I'm gonna put it down here so that you guys can see. See how it curves? So on this section here that's sunken in, we're gonna put 2 mini dimensionals, and we're gonna put them near the top. Okay, I'm gonna pull the back off, whoops. I'm gonna stack another one right on top of it. So we need double height for that one, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the back off of it. And on this side here, we're gonna put some wet glue, because that's gonna stick to my card. And so it needs to have some glue so that it will adhere to my card. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over, and you can see that this is dipped down like a roller coaster, and then it goes up, okay? So what we're gonna do is the part with the dimensional is gonna go onto the wreath. So I'm gonna push that down like that. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have the word grateful straight, and then I'm gonna push down on the part that has the adhesive. And there is your curled little banner that says grateful. Let's stamp on the inside while we're waiting for that to dry. So on the inside, I have in Calypso, some people just make life better. So I'm gonna grab that sentiment and my Calypso, and I'm gonna use daffodil for the leaves that go around it. So let's go ahead and grab our sentiment first. Some people just make life better. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. We'll stamp that right here. Perfect. We're going to clean that off. And then time for our leaves. We're going to do those in daffodil. And I'm going to do a set like on this end here. And then I'm going to do a set on the bottom like that. Isn't that pretty? I always like to do something on the inside. Makes it fun. Let me make sure all these little pieces here are cleaned off and gone. I don't know, got something on my ink pad, I think that brought that in there. All right, so let's close this up. And then the finishing touch to this card, I'm gonna bring the camera back up so that you guys can see everything that I'm gonna show you. But the finishing touch to this card is going to be the, what do you call it? The sequence, okay? So I'm using the pastel adhesive back sequence. You get gold and pink and blue. I'm using the gold ones. So let's go ahead and open. I'm gonna slide out the piece. And you get 2 sheets. One has larger and one has smaller. And then I'm gonna use the back of my pointy end of my Take Your Pick tool, not the putty, because these are a little bit delicate, so I'm going to grab one of the larger ones. I'm going to place it right about here. And then I'm going to get a small one and put it near it. Like there, okay? And then I'm going to take another large one. We'll put it up here. No, I don't know, maybe down here. I like it here. All right. So there's our sequence. And you can see how pretty these sequins are in these colors, and they're very, very shimmery, which that's a prerequisite for me. If I'm going to use an embellishment, I like it to have some shimmer. So we'll go ahead and put these guys back in. All right, so today we used the Cottage Wreaths stamp set, Country Wreaths dies, and Around the Bend. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me make this fun card. I am so sorry for all the problems that I had with the live. And hopefully you guys are going to be able to get this video. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. As soon as it's there, it'll be up there for you guys to watch. And I apologize again for all the problems. I hope to see you guys soon. And I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!